Good morning.
Good morning.
So we just did a little bit of yoga, and we thought it would be a good idea to share some of our practice with you. Um, I know that I find that just a little bit of yoga in the morning, um, just something light, like 10, 20, however many minutes you want to do it, it really gives me a head start on the day, and my body feels better, my head feels better, and I feel like I work better. You agree?
Yes, I do.
And yeah, I just think it's a good way to get the blood flowing in the morning and take a little time to connect with the breath and just help you be more mindful of and more in tune with your body during the day. So
I think also if you're new to meditation, yoga is a really cool option because the entire act of yoga is meditation and kind of get directed through it. So
yeah. And yeah, so we just wanted to give a little morning practice for you to try. Just like when you roll out of bed, we did about a 10-minute little video, and Amanda here is a certified yoga instructor, so you're in good hands. And yeah, hope you enjoy. Peace.
peace. Namaste. Starting in Shavasana, we're going to get the movement, our breath, and our mind all in sync. So inhaling as you bring the arms up above the head, allowing them to touch the floor as you reach the top of your inhale, and then exhaling slowly as you lower the arms down until they rest next to the hips. And so continuing to move here with your breath at your own pace, and on your next inhale, bringing the knee in towards the chest and rocking it back and forth. So again, maybe as you move the knee in one direction, inhaling, and as you move it in the other, exhaling. Take your own time, it's your practice. And on your next exhale, allowing the knee to gently come away from the body, bringing the arms up above the head, stretching as long as you can, and then on your next exhale, bringing the left knee in towards the body, hugging it in, and again, rocking it back and forth. Inhaling as it moves in one direction and exhaling as it moves in the other. Again, we want our mind totally focused on the body movement that's happening and linking that breath with the movement. So by combining all three of these, we are in a perfect meditation, a perfect practice. On your next exhale, allowing the leg to come back out and stretching as long as you can. And then exhaling as you slowly lower the arms down next to the body. Inhaling them back up above the head. And this time on your exhale, bringing both knees in towards the chest. Maybe rocking them back and forth if it feels good. Any organic movements that feel right for your body, take it this time. And then allowing the knees to come right over the hips, start to bring them around in a clockwise motion. Almost imagining drawing circles on the ceiling or the sky with the kneecaps. Remembering to go in the opposite direction, so next time as you bring the knees in, starting to move them in the opposite direction. And if you do want to modify, you can bring the arms out into a T, palms facing down on the ground, shifting the knees around without the aid of your hands. Taking a deep inhale and then exhaling, allowing the knees to come over towards the right side. Maybe even choosing on your next exhale to look over towards the left. And taking deep breaths here in your twist, you're beginning to detoxify the body, all of these internal organs, and really get your digestion moving for the day. On your next inhale, preparing and lifting the knees back up to center, Maybe taking a little rock back and forth, massaging the lower back, and then preparing on your next inhale, and as you exhale, dropping the knees over to the other side. Again, choosing if you wish to look over towards the right. By turning the head in the opposite direction, you're extending that twist all the way up the spine. Again, breathing deeply. Make sure the inhales are just as long as the exhales. And then on your next inhale, bringing the knees back up to center, maybe bringing the hands behind the thighs and rocking up using a spinal rock to come up to a seated position. And from here, doing any stretches that feel good for you. And then shifting forward, bringing the chest up towards the thighs in your seated cat pose. And shifting back, rounding through the back. Actually, that is seated cat. The other one was seated cow. So again, moving with your breath here, inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you round through the back. And then shifting in whatever way is comfortable for you into your tabletop. So here you want the wrists right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, pulling the belly in so that you have a nice flat back. And as you inhale, allowing the belly to dip down. As you exhale, rounding through the back. Again, moving at your own pace, linking the breath and the movement. Inhaling as the belly dips down, tail and head tilt up, and then exhaling as you dome through the back, the head looks back towards the thighs. On your next exhale, shifting the hips back towards the heels and coming into your child's pose. Maybe walking the hands out in front of you. You can even choose to walk them back to rest next to the ankles. If you do so, allowing the shoulders to roll forward, relax. On your next inhale, preparing and coming forward back into your tabletop, and then curling the toes under and lifting the hips up into your downward dog. So it doesn't matter whether or not the heels touch the ground. You can keep the knees bent if it's more comfortable for you. You just want to work on getting the hips high up towards the sky. You can inhale, lifting onto the tippy toes, and then exhale, pushing down through the heels. Nodding the head yes, nodding the head no, and then inhaling and lifting the left leg up towards the sky. Exhaling as you bring it forward, drop the knee right behind that left wrist, and then walk the back foot towards the end of the mat. So you can come down onto the elbows, you can even stay on the hands. This is your pigeon pose. Try to allow the shoulders to relax and the head to tilt forward. Modify in whatever way is comfortable for you. You can walk your hands out a little further if you'd like. And this pose won't be comfortable at first. You don't want to be in any pain, but you do want to be stretching. So you will feel a little discomfort if you haven't been regularly stretching or doing yoga, and that's okay. So walking the hands back in, taking a deep breath here, and as you exhale, bringing that leg back. And then on your next inhale, lifting that leg up towards the sky, bending at the knee and starting to make some circles. Going in both directions, so switch it up. And then walking the heels out and inhaling the right leg up towards the sky. Exhaling and bringing it forward in towards the chest, planting the knee behind the wrist. Walking the left foot back towards the end of the mat. And again, choosing here to modify pigeon in whatever way on the hands, or even lowering down to either the forearms or extending the arms all the way out in front of you. Again, remember to allow the head to tilt forward, relax through the shoulders. Notice any facial expressions you're making and maybe bring a half smile to the mouth so that the whole face can relax. Again, notice if you're focused on your breathing, and if you've lost track of that, bring your awareness back there. So on your next inhale, walking the hands back in towards the body. Taking a deep breath here, and on your exhale, bringing that right leg back to meet the left, walking the heels out a little bit, and then extending that leg all the way up to the sky and doing circles, bent at the knee, going in both directions, and then placing that leg back down and walking the heels out if it feels good. If it doesn't, you don't have to bother doing that. Taking a deep inhale as you bend through the knees, and on your exhale, hopping or stepping forward to the top of the mat, hanging out in your forward fold. So here, maybe grabbing onto opposite elbows and swaying back and forth if it feels good. You can keep a bend in the knees. Try to have the lower belly resting on the thighs. That'll protect your lower back. And then planting the hands on the ground. Inhale and come up to a flat back. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, swan dive the arms all the way up. They come to touch at the top. Exhaling, bringing them down to heart center and then allowing them to come down to the hips. Inhale, sweep them back up to touch at the top, and exhale, swan diving them down. So again, the key here is to be moving with your own breath at your own pace. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling and swan diving the arms up. Exhaling as they come down to heart center, down towards the hips. And then again, inhaling, sweeping the arms up overhead, and exhaling, coming down. Try to keep a flat back there. Exhaling and into your forward fold. Planting the hands down, step back to your plank. Exhaling, lower the knees down and lower the chest down to the floor. Once it touches, pull it forward and place the belly on the ground. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale and push back to your child's pose. Coming up into your lightning bolt pose, inhale and sweep the arms up. Exhale, sweep them down. Moving with your breath, inhaling, sweeping the arms up, and exhaling, this time twisting over to one side, looking over the back shoulder. Again, moving with your breath on your next inhale, sweeping the arms up, coming to center. Exhaling and sweeping the arms down. Inhaling, sweeping them up. Exhaling and rotating to the other side. Maybe looking back over the shoulder. You can work your peripheral vision by trying to look back as far as you can. On your inhale, sweeping the arms back up to center, and then exhaling and sweeping them down. Moving with your breath, rotating the shoulders a bit, and then coming forward. And then flipping yourself onto your bottom, however is comfortable. Again, coming into seated cat and cow, inhaling and bringing the chest forward, exhaling and doming through the back, allowing the head to tilt forward. Moving at your own pace with your own breath. And on your exhale, coming down onto the spine, extending the legs out, and resting in your final Shavasana.